Hello, welcome to Thursday Zoom meeting. I'm sitting in a classroom, so my voice has an echo, and I hope that you can hear me well, and that you are doing well yourself. So I'm going to share screen. Thanks for joining us today. Now I'm gonna have to keep this meeting short because I gotta go sub for a lab at Evergreen, English 104L, which is a lab for English 104. And that's gonna start in about 30 minutes. So just keeping things short and sweet, to the point. We're at week 5. You have required readings here. Let me see. So this document is already available last week on week 4, but I decided to put it here again, or I haven't taken it off. I've decided to put it here for you to look at, indicating the important slides here. We have chapter 4 on setting, chapter 5 on tone and style. These 2 chapters are core chapters for us because the final exam and the midterm exams will always ask you to analyze setting, tone, and style and language. So if you have no idea what these terms mean because you haven't read the chapter, you're probably not going to be able to analyze the given passages for you. So be sure that you read these core chapters well and be able to know how to analyze them. We're also reading, in addition to A Rose for Emily, John Cheever's The Swimmer, which is another short story. And we're dealing with the fiction essay this week. And there's a slides document for this week as well. And this is going to be used when we do the discussions forum for week 5, okay? Here's a link to read The Swimmer online, but your book is probably a better source because it's got all these added questions and assistance and guidance so that you can process this short story better. Okay, so check your book first. Tomorrow, when I am on Zoom again, I will try to record and make that recording available to you. And what I record is the publisher information, those videos on the short stories, The Swimmer and A Rose Family. So I have to look at those first before I can share with you tomorrow. Okay, so the quizzes are here. You have 3 chances, so not a problem there. Again, these quizzes are from the book. The questions are from the book, not this one though. This one I found the questions elsewhere. But again, the quizzes are for helping you understand the reading materials a little bit better because the quizzes focus on key terms. The quizzes focus on key terms. We're writing our response number 2 on A Rose for Emily, a page long, our usual routine here. And you'll be using the same template that you did for response number 1. Okay, I haven't posted it here. Maybe I should. The link to it. So I'll do that now. So you'll be doing the pre-write and the outline. So that's not the right one. So the pre-write and the outline, you're using the same template to do this. Okay, so I'm going to share this. Again, and make it available under that number 2. Okay. just to make it clearer. The new thing that you notice here is that late penalties will be applied if it's turned in late. Okay, so try not to turn it in late. And if you're gonna be turning it in late, get an approval from me, get an okay from me. Excuse me, let me put that there. Pre-writing and outlining template. Click me. Okay. Any questions so far? So pretty much straightforward, what you've already done before. And I guess people have already turned it in. So let's look, speed grader. Alicia has done this, but she's not turning in the right thing. So I'm gonna tell her that. This assignment thread is for the pre-writing and outlining materials only. So then she would need to resubmit, okay? Please submit your final draft next week in the correct assignment thread. I will delete your submission on here. Actually, she can resubmit. Never mind. It's not linked to turn it in yet. So let's look at Teresa. Yeah, oh, look at that. Wonderful, wonderful. Sorry, just being silly there. Okay. So this is due on Sunday. It's not due now. But at least glad to see that two of you have you know, managed your time well and turn things in early. Okay, so the fiction essay final draft is going to be submitted here. Now we've already done the pre-write and the outline, but so this thing should be reserved. This thread should be reserved for final draft, but I have nothing yet. So again, turn it in only accepts and holds one document at a time from you. So if you end up submitting the wrong thing, you're gonna need to ask me to delete it so that you can resubmit. Okay, so the late penalty will also go into effect if you don't turn it in early, or sorry, if you don't turn it in on time. Okay, how we doing? You guys all right? You following along? Have any question? Tyler?
No, I don't think I. One question was further down in the discussions forum. You talked the setting and tone, the slides.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't quite understand what you meant by choose 3/6 slides. So does that mean 3 out of the 6 options you give us?
Yes, exactly. So I call them, for the lack of a better term, slide group.
Okay.
So this is one slide group, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Got it.
So if you end up choosing this, then you're gonna have to look at those slides. So 27 to 29, which has all these questions. So all you do is you select, now you can do all of them you want, but I would only expect that you would maybe choose half of them and choose whatever you can do to respond to. So and then you can also respond to this one. I assume that nobody is going to choose that slide group because it has too many questions. 22 and 23 might be more manageable. Okay, this is theme cluster again. We did this for the lesson, and now we're doing that again for the swimmer. 24 is just where you like this short story, or whether you don't like it. So 3 out of these. So maybe I would assume that people would choose number 1 because it's super easy, and then they'll probably choose 14 or whatever. But it's up to you. I give you these choices here. Very very good question. Thanks. I should clarify that here. Okay. So that means the peer workshop is going to be it's now in session. So I need to pair people now. Let me see. So it seems Teresa has posted her draft. So let's do pair right now. Teresa and who else? Maybe below her. Alicia will pair up. Okay. And Alicia, please peer edit each other's draft. Please post your feedback as a direct reply to your peer. Okay, so pairing people right now, those who have posted their draft. Okay. Just give me a second. Ivan has done that as well. So Ivan will be paired with Zoha hasn't done that yet. Ivan will be paired with Manuel. Okay, so wow, you guys are really awesome with your replies here. Oh, actually, oops. I'm just gonna paste what I wrote. Make it faster. Zoha will need to post his before I can pair him. And Mark will be paired with, do you see my pattern here? I just paired the people who post next to each other for now. So if I don't get a chance to pair you, just assume that that you will be paired with the next person who posts after or before you. So Twee and I forgot this person. Sorry, this student. Mark. Wow, Mark is doing such a wonderful job. Oh, all of you are, but this seems a bit lengthier. Mark and Twee. Okay. So please try to get your draft up here at the latest tomorrow. So on Sunday, sorry, not Sunday, Saturday, you can get the peer editing task done. So again, just to highlight the importance of participating with this task, it's going to not only enable you to look at the scoring guide, which is extremely important for us, as we need to keep it in mind when we write our midterms and when we write our final exam. So I'm having you do some practice with this scoring guide by enabling you to score your peers' essay. Okay, so look at this scoring guide. Let me explain this a little bit. A 4 is the equivalent of a C. A 5 is an A. Sorry, a 6 is an A, and a 5 is a B. Okay. In a timed essay, you don't have a lot of free time to work on your essay. So every minute counts. So you're gonna have to practice time management, and a 4 competent essay will respond to all parts of the prompt. So the 1B final exam usually will give you two parts to the prompt. The first part will ask you like the diagnostic essay exam prompt, right? Remember the diagnostic essay exam? So let's go there and look at it. Okay, so it will give you two pieces of literature, whether it be a drama or a poem or an excerpt from a poem, or a short story or an excerpt from a short story. So it is going to be a comparison and contrast essay, and this is the prompt right here. So number 1 is asking you to analyze, right? Analyze using tone, style, language, and imagery. And then 2 is express those views and how you relate to them. So 2 parts of the prompt. So you need to address both parts in your thesis, in your essay. Okay, so we'll be doing some practices for the final via our 3 midterm exams. But now is, you need to be aware that a 4 essay will address both parts of the prompt. A 3 essay is obviously can be well written, but it doesn't address one or the other part of the prompt. It misreads or misinterpreted the assigned tasks. Notice the plural, okay, tasks. Unlike English 1A, we are dealing with comparison and contrast essay here. Comparison and contrast essay. And then just look at the bullets and read the language from the scoring guide. A 6 essay is stylistically well written and generally free of error. And if you read an essay and it gives you this butterfly feeling in the stomach, that's probably a 5 or 6. But also keep in mind whether or not your peer essay has matched the task description of the fiction essay. Okay, is it doing everything that the fiction essay is asking them to do? I mean, asking the writer to do. So so the first part is to score each other's essay, and usually the first read through and your first impression will work. And then the second part is helping them improve their draft. So I use the acronym DOTS for revision, and look at the details and organization, theme, and style. Okay, so that's the revision part. And then the other part is editing. So editing deals with form right here. The more practice you have with peer reviewing, the better you are as a writer, because in giving other people feedback, you're actually improving your own writing skills. Okay, so that's the number 1 importance of peer reviewing. So that's this task. Any question on this task?
I was wondering if we don't have the discussion ready in time, should we just post the link to our first draft?
Yes, just do the link to your first draft first. You don't have to do all the tasks all at once. So whatever task you can get done first, just post it.
Okay.
And the discussions forum, I will waive the late penalty for you. So if you don't have a chance to submit all tasks first, it would be okay if you take some more time to
Okay.
the other ones. But peer reviewing is time sensitive, so maybe you should get to this first.
Okay.
Okay. By this time, I've already assumed that you already have your draft done. So if you haven't gotten your fiction essay draft done, use this as the opportunity as a reminder to get it done because the final draft is due on Sunday. Now,
Right.
if you haven't gotten that one done, you're behind. So,
Hmm.
so just don't. Well, if you could just get these tasks done, but don't worry about them too much. Just the fiction essay and the peer reviewing is more important. Okay. Good question. And this one is just for flash fiction, creative writing, and it's there, but it's not as important as this one. And then you have the Rose or Emily discussion questions, and you just need to choose one of them, one of these bullets to respond to, and try to respond to your classmates' post on the discussion of a Rose for Emily. John Cheever's the same thing. Um, just some of the discussion questions, 3 discussion questions here, and you just choose one. So as you can see, the other tasks are more straightforward, and so you can have more time with those tasks. But this one, because the fiction essay is due on Sunday, and earlier I said that I will apply the late penalty if you turn it in late. And so if anything, I would do this first. Okay, so that would be um, our quick 5 discussions forum. And what else do I have to tell you? Oh, the midterm number 1 information. I was talking about that earlier. And so this is graded based on the scoring guide. Okay, so the scoring guide again. If your midterm essay if you manage to get a 4 or higher on the midterm, you will get full credit. So this assignment will be worth 100 points. And next week you be turning it in, and you be writing an essay based on uh, this document. Okay, so again, as you can see, it is compare and contrast type of essay, and it has 2 parts to the prompt. And below, you're given 2 prose samples. Prose means fiction. Prose story, like the kind of writing that you find in regular writing, like lines or paragraphs like this. Verse would be poetry, and drama. Drama sometimes has verses. So you have 2 excerpts, prose excerpts from The House on Mango Street and A House for Mr. Biswas, and you're trying to first read the 2 proses and compare them using discussing the themes, right? So you're analyzing the themes found. There are many themes, but you're trying to find the common theme to respond to. And how do tone, style, language, and setting in both pieces support your analysis of the theme you found common in both. Okay, and then you're gonna say how the theme are relevant in our own lives right now, in your own experiences and observations. So this type of number 2 is always gonna be true. It's always gonna be there. It's always gonna ask you to involve, make connections to between the themes presented in the literature to our lives, to our world, to your world and our world, my world. Okay, so that's the prompt. And so you are given, for midterm number 1, you're given a sample solution. Okay, so you can look at this solution done by Professor Salim, and she has demonstrated for us here, this document here, on how she annotated the passages and be able to come up with this chart that compares and contrasts Cisneros and Naipaul's passages, so that she could develop her ideas. And formulate her thesis statement here, okay? So you're also given the template. You'll be given a template to do this. And so it's right here, okay? So this is the template that Professor Salim used. So you can also use it as well. If handwriting works for you, you can did what she did, like, wrote, with using her hand wrote, is what I meant, hand wrote. And if you did handwriting, you just need to take a picture or pictures of your handwritten work, and then again put it in a Google Drive document, put all of the images there so that you can upload it to Canvas. Okay, if you want to, you can also do it by the computer. You see, I think there's a program where you can convert this to Word. If you do it on the Google Drive, you can convert a document to Word. Okay, if that's too intense for you, just handwrite it and then take pictures with your phone, and then drag the pictures into a brand new document. Okay, I think I've shown you how to do that already. If you need me to show it to you again, I can. Next week, when we talk more about the midterm, right now is simply an FYI information. Okay, do you have any question on the midterm exam that's coming up next week? So think of this as like a practice run. If your essay doesn't get a 4, when I read it, and I don't think you get I don't assign a 4, you just need to redo it. And I'll point out to you why it didn't get a 4 or higher. And then you redo it and you resubmit. Then I can change your grade from a 0 to 100%. Again, so this is a pass, no pass kind of thing to emulate or to simulate the final exam situation. But the difference is you'll be given a redo chance. Okay? With final exam, you cannot redo it. This is why it's a practice run. So there you have it. That would be it for week 5. I gotta get to my sub-in class or lab. So I have 2 minutes to address any question. Go ahead. Tyler, you have a question?
I don't think so.
Okay, does anyone else have a question? Okay, so let me take attendance. Thanks for joining us today on Zoom. Oops, that's the wrong one. Okay, so chunk your assignments and manage your time so that you can get everything submitted. And if you need more time, please don't hesitate and reach out to me. Okay. I have Tyler and Oops, is that how you say your name?
Yeah.
Tyler. How you doing, Tyler?
Good.
Hanging in there?
Mm-hmm.
I'm also hanging in there. Oh, who's calling me? Annoying. Sorry about that. Okay, 2, 4, 5. Who am I missing? Tyler, Alex, Bow, Boom, and Die. Oh yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. I'll be on Zoom again tomorrow at what time? 3. I don't even know my own time. According to the syllabus, I'll be on again tomorrow at 2 o'clock. So join me again if you have more questions or you need me to help you hands-on with something. So take care and goodbye.
Bye.